Good morning, everybody. I just got home. I just got home from work, and here, let me take these earbuds out real quick. I'm sure the audio is not fun. All right, should be good. Should be good now. So, work was all right, though there was quite a bit to do. Quite a lot of annoying stuff, but you know, got it done, got through it. Home now, and I want to work on some stuff before I go to sleep. So, I kind of want to work on some more, well, obviously some more Black Valley stuff, but honestly, I do not know which ones to do. I think I could go ahead and finish Alice, because, let me see. Okay, I did that. Honestly, all that needs done on Alice is just redoing the wheels and then doing the windows and painting the cab back here black. Other than that, and the Mod Podge, she's done. Plus, like a painted whistle too. Um, when it comes to whistles, I'm gonna. It really depends on the model, because with like um with let's see if I can get him out without causing this to fall down. Cause with a model like Ozzy, his front, or not his front, his actual like cab portion has his actual cab portion has whistles and a safety valve. Okay, well, stuff's falling. Make sure nothing is. Okay, nothing's broken. Good. Yeah, but like with something like Ozzy, or with Miles, I'm still working on his season 2 model. When it comes to season 2, everyone's getting an upgrade. Everyone. Um, except for like the engines that have models already built, like Ozzy, if I decide to have like flashbacks with him or whatever, but characters like my 9F character are already, they're going to be getting complete rebuilds and shit. Hey Harris, how you doing? So yeah, I'm going to be, when it comes to season 2, I'll be redoing the entire cast that need models done, completely scratch built. The only ones I'm not really gonna do are Skylar, my Sterling, one of my Sterlings. Mainly because I want to pick up. I want to pick up two of the new Wooden Railway Emily's and replace the wheels with like actual Wooden Railway ones, because I don't like the wheels on the new Wooden Railway stuff. Um, that's just me. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started on shit. So last stream managed to get this guy done, got his buffers and shit. Just got a mod podge him, and we managed to get pretty much another OC done. He just needs his wheels and his Mod Podge coat, and that's pretty much it. We also worked on this guy a bit, and We also worked on her a bit. But other than that, didn't really do too much. And I don't really plan on doing a lot this stream because mainly I want to go to sleep at some point. Because it's currently 7 o'clock in the morning, and I have to be back at work at 6 p.m. So I want to try and get at least a little bit of sleep. So, yeah, I want to work on Alice. So, where's my black paint? Need you. And I'll also need. Oh shit, where did I. I'll definitely need her, like, main color. Where did I put her main color? Let me go find it real quick. Is it in this box? In the bag. It's definitely. Wait, is this it? Oh, never mind. Didn't have to go looking for long. Found it. Needed my folk art midnight color. Alright, now how are the windows? You know what? I left my other phone upstairs, so I'll be right back because I need a reference photo. Alright, I have returned. Ugh. So I just need to look up LNER Raven A2. What do your windows look like? Excuse me. All right. Oh, simple. Kind of. So I just need to get my pencil, try and draw this out. Something like that. It shouldn't be too hard to do, so I will uh, go over it in black and outline it in white. So I'll just use this big, like, skewer toothpick thing. Okay. You know what? I just realized you can't even see what I'm fucking doing. Let's try that again. So all I'm doing is using a like big skewer to do the windows. Okay, I will wait for that to dry. It looks good so far, but I'll wait for that to dry before I do anything else. Right now, I want to also... Come on, thank you. Also want to work on... Huh. I really don't know what to work on. Let's go see what's in my little box of wonder. Um, I got a Caledonian, an Austerity. Oh, you know what? Actually, you're a good candidate for what I'm gonna do. Is your smoke box in here? Well, obviously, it should be. Is it in? Nope, that is a pin. Is it what I think it should be? Oh, shit. Well. Oh, wait, there. Aha, found it. Awesome. So I just need my whites up there. I already have my black. Just need. Nope, that's pure black. Is it? That's close to what I need, but not. Alright. Well, I'm going to set these here for now. Found it. Awesome. So, I have a terrier. Go see. Let's go ahead. I'm not gonna reveal his name yet, but this is what he looks like so far. I won't give much detail. I won't give much detail about him, except that he is based off of a terrier that's not really well known. I mean, in retrospect, they're all kind of well known, but like the main ones being like Primrose, not Primrose, that's a different class. Um, Box Hill, obviously Stepney, Fenchurch. This one doesn't really get a lot of attention, which is a shame because I mean, the terriers in general are like adorable and they're very like compact, and I enjoy that. But I don't know, some about this one really spoke to me. And here, let me just move Ozzy. Sorry, buddy. Okay. But yeah, something about the terrier just spoke to me. You know, thought it was neat. Yeah, I think it's looking good. So I think that's fine. Just got to touch up on the black a bit and the blue. But also, real quick, I want to do this. Oh, I somehow broke that part of the toothpick off. Oh, let me get this done. Okay, touch that line up, but other than that, it's good to go. Good. Okay. Gotta wait for that to dry, and I can touch all these lines up as I go. But yeah, I mean, like I said, definitely, uh, definitely kind of an underrated gem in terms of the terriers. I think this one's still preserved. I know there are like more recent photos of it, but he's just adorable. He's adorable. He's got a Sir Handle face, and I really enjoy that. Okay, don't you fall. Um, hmm. I really don't know what to talk about. I could talk about music, like I've been doing for the past like 3 or 4 streams and like the past 7, 6, 7 videos. But honestly, let's do this. Where's this at? All right, so this is a book of Ohio train disasters. I picked this up at a really nice place. It's called the Denison Train Museum. And, I found this book. It might have been the only one, like the only copy they had. I don't really remember. But, um, you know me and my fascination with the doodle bugs. Um, let me like raise this up so you can see this stuff better. You know my fascination with the doodle bugs, and of course, uh, the crown jewel of anything I have is Mantis, my doodle bug. Love her to bits. And I just wanted to check to see if the doodle bug disaster was in the book because I love doing research on that kind of stuff. And I know it sounds a little morbid, but um, it happened in a city kind of close to where I am, not giving away details. But I skimmed through the book and eventually I did find it. On page 76, chapter 8, 43 sent to a fiery death, goes in detail about the doodle bug and what would happen to it. It's really unfortunate what happened to the victims. It's hard to believe that I've been studying the doodlebug disaster for nearly a year now. It's the middle of April, and this thing happened. Let's see. This year will mark 84 years since it happened on July 31st, which is crazy. Um, yeah, but this book is very interesting. Very, very good stuff. Oh, and I also got a shit ton of postcards too from Denison. Um, Here's this one. of a dog named Bing, who was a mascot for Denison from World War One. Really, really cute. Here's a picture of essentially the train station. And one of the coaches. I have more, but they're on display near my Funko Pop stuff. Then I also want to pull out my Railway Series collection. I believe I've gone in detail about this on yeah, I have gone in detail, but I might as well tell the story again. Um so in my nearly 20 and a half years of living on this planet, I have not once, well, until like last year, uh so I guess we'll say like 19-ish, but in that time I have never even considered reading the Railway series, never bothered to. I mean, granted, I've seen adaptations of stuff like Super Rescue, obviously, fan stuff about the Caldy Fell engines and whatnot, but I just never really got into it. But some friends on Discord, Skype, or whatever, um, just wanted me to look up the Railway Series collection because I guess it's an essential thing for Thomas fans to have. And I was like, okay, I'll see how much it is, like how much one would be. I was expecting it to be like maybe like 20, $30. Nah, nah. This fucker was only like 5. And it was like nearly in mint condition too, which I thought was fucking crazy. I say nearly because there are a few pages missing. Notably, if I go to the index here, the twin engines, 233. I believe it's the twin engines. Yes, Brake Van is missing a very big chunk of its page. And it's missing a big chunk of its page. I believe there's another section somewhere going forward. I don't remember where. I haven't read this entire thing all the way through yet. I think it might actually be Enterprising Engines where the next tear is. I don't know, but I haven't really read the Railway series. I really need to sit down and give this entire thing a read because I've only read like the staple stories like Super Rescue. I believe Escape is also one I've read. Just like a lot of the I guess staple ones that really haven't made it to the television series. And here's the other tear. In Mavis, literally over. Ooh, that would have been bad. Oh shit. Oh, but yeah, in Mavis, this big ass tear, like half the page is missing. But other than that, I believe everything else is in fine condition. But there might be a few other, rips and tears or whatnot, but, it's perfectly fine. I mean, can't expect everything to be perfect, which I am fine with. All 26 books. And I believe the Stepney the Bluebell engine, I believe that's the one or one of them. I know one of the books has 5 stories instead of 4. Let me actually go to Stem Me the Blue Legend 277. I believe it's the only one with 5 books instead of 4. Let's see. That's 1, 2. Shit, my leg is itching. 3, 4. Oh no, it has 4. Which one has 5 books? It might be. I can check. Maybe 8 famous engines? I'll check. Let's see here. 1, 2. Oh yeah, Gordon goes 4, and that's another one I like. 3, 4. I know one of these books has 5. 2, 3, 4. Well, I'll find it later, but one of these books has 5. Either that or I might just be batshit insane. But yeah, I should probably go ahead and work on this guy. I got completely sidetracked by the whole books and shit. Very big fan of terriers. If I were to do a ranking of um like favorite classes, I could definitely do like a couple top tens, but I guess spoilers if I did do that. Uh Up top would be not in any order, but I would have the King Arthur class as my clear cut number one. That will always be my favorite uh, type of British steam locomotive in general of all time. I would have the Terrier up there. I would essentially like all my favorite locos are on my fleet, like within reason. I mainly stick to classes with more than one member made. Uh, there are certain occasions a, of an engine I do like that it's like the only member of its class, like Fury. Uh, I really enjoy, but he wouldn't be in my top 10. Like, you get what I'm saying? Uh, like 9Fs, I'm a big fan of. Like, to a degree, I'm a fan of a lot of the engines that the UK has, like that Britain has put out. Um, the GCR Class 8, I'm a big fan of, as you can tell by this. The D56, I'm a big fan of. If I were to do a top 10 or a couple top 10s, you definitely see engines that I've made OCs into on there because I would have no reason not to make an OC of an engine I'm a fan of, or like if it a class of engine I'm a fan of if I didn't like it. You won't see the basic stuff. You won't see you won't see E2s on there because I do not like the E2s. I don't like J50s. Even though I did have a J50 at one point. But that was back in my Trackmaster days, and that fucker was the reason I have a scar on my hand. Thanks, Wilbur. Uh, um, You won't see, as much as I love them, the A1/A3s aren't going to be on there. Um, just a lot of typical Sodor stuff isn't going to be on there, like Black Fives, the Class 28s, James. I believe, isn't that what he is? An LNYR Class 28, something like that. You won't see, as much as I love him, you won't see anything like Ducks class on there, the 5700s. I like more obscure stuff. I like classes that don't really get talked about within reason. Like Patriots, I'm a fan of. Royal Scots, I'm a fan of. 8S, I'm a fan of. Sterlings, to a degree, I'm a fan of, which is why I have two twin Sterlings. But it's really hard to rank classes because I love so many of them, and I don't know, they're just really hard to rank for me. But that's my take on it. All right, and I've noticed that I have a lot of engines with white lining. I love white lining, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I have an overbearing amount. Simon has white lining. Alice has white lining. My terrier has white lining. Skylar has white lining. Just my Sona has white lining. I guess I like white lining. Huh? Fucking Casey has white lining. If I already mentioned my Patriot having white lining, uh, yeah, a lot of white lining. Let's see, okay, I just had to check to see if I have any notifications. But you know what? Actually, this is already done drying, so I will go ahead and work on Alice. Stay, thank you. All right, so it's hard to tell, but that window is there and it's looking pretty good. So I'll go ahead and work on it. Um, this here? This is a way better toothpick because it doesn't have blue on it, and if I use it, it won't bleed through the whites. So this is going to be a tedious process, which I am perfectly fine with. I like a challenge. I think what I'm going to end up doing when it comes to my series, oh man, my series is something I think about every day. I love it, though the amount of times I've wanted stuff to happen that didn't end up happening, the way I've wanted the series to be, and I ended up changing it. Like the main character of the story for Black Valley, the way he gets introduced has been shifted. I've had two main sorts of introductions for him, and including pilot, like between the pilot scripts and the episode one scripts, like the number I have of both probably are over 20 at this point. I've written and rewritten the pilots and episode one so many times. Some of them aren't even finished. Like the pilot I'm working on now should be the final the final one because I'm set on making this happen, and I just want to be able to you know, just get the series out because it's turning 6. Oh God, Black Valley's turning 6 this year. Is it? No, no, it's turning 5 years old. Sorry, it turned 4 last year. God, I don't even want to think about the 10th anniversary of Black Valley right now. That is if I last long on YouTube doing this kind of content, which hopefully I will because, you know, granted, this isn't something I want to do forever. It is a fun pastime. Okay. So essentially something like that. Some parts do need to get touched up, but other than that, that actually looks pretty solid. I like that. So let me go ahead and close the white up for now. Yeah, that actually looks really good. I wasn't expecting it to turn out like how it did. Like, you can. I'm really enjoying that. Honestly, excuse me. Um, I think like if I remember correctly, the reason why I chose the Raven A2, I mean, besides the fact that it was pretty much the only model I had on hand, and I wasn't scratch building back then, or back then it was last year, like early last year. The reason why I wasn't, uh, the reason why I chose the Raven A2, if you look at a Raven A2, I don't know what it is, but to me it looks feminine. Like it has that like the Sterling, like it has a feminine look to it. I, I need someone else to vouch for me on this because I don't think I'm the only one who thinks that. Just like looking at a certain class of engine, I don't know. Like with the princess class, you can definitely tell they're like feminine. Like I'm not trying to like put genders to like real life engines, but you see what I'm saying? Like look up a picture of a Raven A2 of a Sterling and tell me they do not look like feminine engines. And it doesn't really help that one of the Sterlings or Emily is a Sterling. It only adds to that. Oh my god, what the fuck are you doing on the floor? You know, maybe that's what fell yesterday. I found a random mighty face. I always forget how much I hate, not really hate, but well, he was in my bottom or my top 15. So yeah, there is some hate to a degree, but I always forgot how weird Mighty Mac is. I was all for a double fairly Farley, however you pronounce it, locomotive, but they did not do a good job of portraying him, and he was only seen in a few episodes. His main episode, Mountain Marble, and if he appeared in any other episodes, I I wouldn't know. I'm pretty sure Mountain Marvel was his last appearance. Don't quote me on that because I have not watched a single episode of the CGI series in probably 3 or 4 years. Well, no, that's not true because I watched um some CGI stuff for my top 15 ranking to see if I like stuff I hate to see if I still hate the characters. And I mean, I'm in terms of like sitting down and watching a season, I haven't watched like a full season in like 3 or 4 years. Um, I I haven't even watched season like the popular seasons. The most I really watched of a CGI season, if you want to call it a technical CGI season, season 12. But that was at the end of the hit era, and the only thing CGI was the faces and the people. Some of the time, but yeah, CGI just isn't my thing. I think it gets too repetitive. I mean, granted, we had the hit era. I'm a big fan of the hit era. Well, in terms of like certain episodes, seasons 9 and 10, sorry, seasons 8 through 10 are my shit. Mainly 8 and 9. Parts of 10 are my favorite, but other than that, parts of 11 are iffy. 12 was a disaster. But yeah, I never really sat down and watched a full season of CGI in a long time. Like the most popular seasons I haven't seen, season 20 and 21, I know are I've heard are good. Haven't seen them. Then Boba came out and I just decided to stop watching altogether. I mean, besides the classic series and seasons 8 through 10, the first 10 series and some select movies I do watch. Especially, my favorite seasons being like sorry, excuse me. What time is it? 38. Okay. Some of my favorite seasons being 3, 5, 6, and 7. I really enjoy. Um, Season 6 and season 7, some parts of 8 and 9, I have like a really big soft spot for because I grew up watching those mainly, and then I mainly got into like I mainly watched Thomas through DVDs, and they were mainly of I think season 3 was on there. Uh, Not much of season 4. I know some season 1 stuff was there, but mainly 5, like 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 9 were through like this is when I was really little, like when I was at a daycare and they were playing some Thomas stuff on a VHS. Yes, I was around when VHSs were still a thing. I'm old, but I'm not that old. Well, I mean, I'm only 20, but I think VHSs were cool. But yeah, they had the daycare had stuff like Cranky Bugs. I know they had Hooray for Thomas and some other hit era stuff. Hooray for Thomas was like my shit. Really enjoyed that. Uh, I believe this one. I don't. I can't recall off the top of my head, but Edward the Really Useful Engine is a killer episode. I know it's out of character for some of the characters to act like that, especially Gordon, considering how he was in prior episodes and seasons. But I love that episode. I know people like Tug hate it. I am perfectly fine with it. I know the plot can get a little clunky with having Gordon stop at the right time for Duck to couple up behind him and get stuck, and Edward pushing both of them. Um, I will go on record and say Middle Engine is not a good episode. I think it shouldn't have been made, or they should have at least rewrote the script and what the fuck is that dust? I don't know. They should have redone the script and reshot and re-edited it, re-edited it. I don't know. They should have changed things in editing, reshot some stuff, and had Alec actually narrate the thing well. Because I didn't know until Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3 pointed it out when he was ranking Middle Engine as his worst episode. But every time Alex said Cole, it was from the same exact recording. It wasn't him saying it different times. It was he did like I'm assuming like maybe one take of the word coal and they copied and pasted it the entire time. And after going back and watching the episode, you can definitely tell it's like that. Um while I'm here, I guess I can give some opinions on some pretty popular stuff. Uh Scaredy Engines, I'm a big fan of. I'm actually a big fan of Percy and the Haunted Mine. As much praise as Thomas and the Jet Engine gets, not really a big fan. I mean, when I was younger, hell yeah, I was a big fan. I even had a Taken, it was either Take Along or Take and Play, one of those packs with the heavy as fuck Jet Engine. But now that I'm older, now that I rewatch the episodes from time to time, not really a big fan of it. But I'm finding like a lot of the episodes that people don't enjoy, I really enjoy. Um, what is it? Not Salty Secret. Salty Stormy Tale, I like, even though it has Fergus in it. But fuck Fergus. He is a piece of shit character. So, okay, speaking of Fergus, when I was doing my ranking, technically speaking, Fergus is my most hated character for me. I only put Billy at number one because it is a group consensus. I only put him as the number one hated for the majority of the fandom. For a good chunk of the fandom, I should say, not the majority. I know a good chunk of the fandom hates Billy. I'm included with that. I only put him as number one for a group consensus, and Fergus is my true number one hated character of all time. Sorry, I just don't like him. He's not a good character. How his crew, how he even survived being crushed by rocks, like being nearly flattened by rocks. I don't know. I almost shit my pants. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I was just looking through my desk and a fucking diesel face was staring back at me under like only its eyes were uncovered and it was fucking staring at me. It like this shit was hiding under cardboard. That was disturbing. I felt like I was being watched, legit. I didn't even realize it was there, and I felt like I was being watched a little bit. Man, I really need sleep. And I've been going for nearly an hour already. I should probably go to sleep. There's a few more things I got to do before I do go to bed, though. Let's see. Um, I can save Alice's other window for later, but so far this is what her model looks like. I also gotta do her cab and whatnot. But pretty much got this side done to a T. Besides, this. Got to do her buffers, and then the windows on this side, her cab and her wheels. I got to touch up. Other than that, and the Mod Podge, her model is done. Um, yeah, pumped. I want to start filming the pilot sometime around. I'm hoping for maybe late April, early May. But I do got to get the short film done, which I'm hoping for. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. Thank you all for joining, whoever joined, and I will talk to y'all later.